Okay, who is killing their soul by staying in the corporate job, the corporate work, or you have a side gig and you're still stuck in that corporate work? So welcome to Receptive Radio. This is what we're discussing today. And this show is for visionaries, soulpreneurs, high achievers, and people who want to do their life purpose work. This show is specifically for you to help you tune into your power, your purpose, and all the prosperity and abundance that can come from doing what you love, from being fulfilled every day. So it's like a spiritual suicide sometimes when you're stuck in the corporate world and you know you don't want to be there. And I want to bring this up, and it's a bold topic, spiritual suicide. And I've been there, and I know that there's lots of people out there right now that are suffering, in pain, dreading going to work every day or the commute to work, and also like sending your children off to be raised by somebody else by going to daycare. Those kinds of things are going on. And it's an important topic to talk about because 9 to 5, 2 weeks vacation, living for that is not fulfilling. And I can say that because I did it. And some people might be fulfilled in that because it's connected to their purpose. But lots of people aren't in that. They're in a career that somebody told them to do that because they can make lots of money. It's the family line of business. And it's just not connecting. It's not feeling, you're not connected to it. And the soul needs space. It needs space to feel connected to you, to grow inside of you. And we're going to practice that today, making space for the soul and the soul's purpose within you. But if you're cluttered up with frustration, fear, mild depression, boredom, anxiety, that takes up space, and it keeps us away from doing our soul's purpose work and from even hearing or noticing what our soul is calling us to do. So why is it so important to make space for the soul's purpose within you, even while you're in these situations? Well, it's super important because it gives you answers. It helps you to problem solve. And this is my purpose, is to help people problem solve. And I want to tell you a little bit about my story if I can, because back when I was 26 years old, I wandered around and I figured out, I went back to school for accounting, but I just fell into it. It was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get out of waitressing because it wasn't what I wanted to do. But what I really loved doing, like the stuff I was always practicing and teaching myself and growing into, I didn't know how to do that in a career. So I just kept wandering around looking for something to do. And I ended up becoming a CPA. But before I got my letters, I had to go to school full time. And then while I was going to school full time, I got hired into a firm. And then I worked, I worked full time and I went to school part time. So add up all of those hours. How much time did I have for my spiritual side? So by the end of the day, I just wanted to smoke and have a glass of wine and relax. And on the weekend, I wanted to veg out, and I don't even remember taking vacations because I always had school interrupting in my life. So I was killing my soul. I was killing my spiritual side. And I was struggling to keep up with it. So much pressure. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that they're either not connecting with their spiritual side or their soul's purpose at all. They're totally ignoring it. And that might be one of you. You know it's there, but you have no time for it. Or there is those of us who had the side gig with our soul's purpose and we want to do it, but it was a last on our list all the time and we couldn't give honey to do this list. And Merlin's joining us for this episode. Anyway, so that's part of my story. And like I eventually, had enough of it. I had enough of it. And I had to strategize and plan, and how I actually got to this before I could even strategize and plan. I had to commit to doing work that cultivated my soul, so I could listen to my intuitive guidance, so I could grow my purpose inside of me and rediscover it and really go for it. And that's what I help people do now. And I help people in all stages along that path. So I think it's really important to work with this practice. So there is a channel inside of us, and it's physical and energetic. So there's actually centers inside of our body that are physical, but they're connected to an energetic center. And so they're in our head. They're, the chakra system is another way to look at it, but you can also see it in a different way. That it's like a channel, a road inside of you. And if that road gets blocked with like detours, like construction, and, it's hard to move through that road. So distraction gets in the way inside that channel that's inside of us. Fear, illnesses, distraction, all those things. Merlin's decided to lay down and be part of this episode here. Okay, so there's that channel inside of us, and if it has a lot of clutter in it, you can't get any space to get clarity, and it robs us of courage even, and it takes our attention away because we're constantly focused on that instead of on what our soul wants. So we have to do some work with ourselves to make space for direction, guidance, the intuition centers to work, which are not just up here. This isn't the only place for your intuition to be operating from. It's a full body operating system. And this channel inside of us can begin to open with our attention on it. So we put our attention on it. And so if you'd like to go through this practice with me right now, put your feet on the ground, just sit in your chair, wherever you are, close the door to the office, and just imagine that there is this road inside of you. And I want you to imagine that the road is clear right now. Pretend it's clear. Imagine it clear. And you can see it from inside of your head, down through the heart, down through the belly, and going all the way down the legs. And then I want you to take a deep breath and just clear that channel with this deep breath. Just notice yourself relaxing, and with your eyes closed, just bring your gaze inwards. So I'm combining a few practices together at once, but you're just imagining that you have a channel inside of you and you're breathing along it. And then I'm going to show you this thing I call the kingdom breath. So just imagine now that this channel extends out the top of your head. It goes into the sky, into infinity. And the channel out of your feet goes into the earth and through the earth to infinity. So you're extended along this channel. You're just breathing comfortable, using your imagination. Breathing along this clear channel that's inside of you. And you're using your imagination to activate this channel. And to remember that it's inside of you. And to bring your attention to it. So on the next breath, I'm going to count for you. So I'll demonstrate first. You're going to breathe in, and then you're going to hold it for 4 seconds, and I'll count. And then you're going to imagine on the out breath, or so as you're breathing in on the 4 counts, bring all your breath from top of your head and from the bottom of your feet along that channel into your heart. And you'll hold it for 4 seconds in there. And then on the out breath, do that in 4 seconds. And just imagine that there's movement. There's light coming out from the heart and moving out, just clearing anything out. And then you're going to hold for 4 seconds on the out when you're out of breath. And then you're going to do it again. You're going to breathe it into your heart on 4. Hold it for 4 in your heart. And imagine that beautiful light on the out 4 is clearing anything that needs to go. And then you'll hold it again for 4 and breathe in for 4 into your heart. Okay. So let's go in, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 in your heart. And then breathe out for 4, imagining light clearing anything out of the way in the channel. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now breathe it in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 in the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In to the heart. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. Breathe out. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in to the heart. Holding. Breathe out. Holding. Breathe in to the heart. Holding. Breathe out. Light. Hold. Breathe in light into the heart. Hold it there. Breathe out light. Clearing. Hold it there. Breathe in light. This is the last time. Hold it in your heart. And then breathe out light. And then hold on the last breath. And then just let go. And so you can do that for, just start with a couple minutes. So basically it's breathe in light, top and bottom along the channel inside of you into your heart. Hold it for 4 seconds in your heart. Breathe out light into your field, into the body, into the channel. Hold it for 4 seconds once you're out of breath. And then bring it in and keep repeating in a 4, 4, 4, 4 count. So that can create space. Giving yourself 5 minutes when you're overwhelmed, or before you start even going into the overwhelm, before you go for the day and get commuting and all of that, You can do this in your bed while you're lying down. If that is how busy you are, this is what you do before you get up out of bed. You can do it while you're putting on your makeup. Take 3 minutes and just sit on the edge of the tub and do it. You know, make little spaces for yourself to reconnect with your soul and just start to notice your soul again. That you have one and that it has a purpose and it wants it to be fulfilled, and that you can start listening to your intuition again and you can start following your soul's guidance. And so I want to ask you, what would it be like if you could have some keys? I know that was a very fast practice and it's hard over the internet to show you all of this, but I have learned over a long period of time, and I am a super disciplined practicer. I have a daily practice. And it kept me alive. It kept my spirit alive. It kept my soul alive while I was in the corporate world. It kept me alive. It kept me still being spiritual, even at work. It kept me still awakened to my soul's purpose, even while I was still in the 9-to-5 grind. And I had to do that first before I could strategize to get out of there. So there has to be a plan. Unfortunately, we still need to make money. And I know when we do our soul's purpose, we can make money, but there has to be a strategy on your exit out of the corporate world, if that is what you want. Or there has to be a strategy to get into the position in the corporate world that is best for you and will fulfill you the most. And that's all that we deserve that. We deserve that. And I'm part of the change. And there's so many of you that are part of the change. And so what if you could unlock your soul's power? Because the soul has a lot of power, and it takes a lot of power to stay positive when you're in a situation that it doesn't feel good in. It takes a lot of power to keep positive. And you have to cultivate that power. And there's Jedi tricks and all kinds of ways to do that, to be in situations where it's judgmental and competitive, but still have your soul flourishing and thriving and guiding you. And so I've developed this free masterclass for July 31st at 10 a.m. Pacific time, called Unlock Your Soul Power. And I'm going to give you 3 keys to stop hiding your soul's purpose, even while you're in a judgmental and competitive world. And this is great for people who are stuck in that world and they want to get out, or you have your side gig and you're not putting enough attention into it, and that's your soul's purpose, or you're a soulpreneur and you're getting wrapped up in the business end of it and it's not feeding you like you want it to. And you're not paying attention to your soul's purpose as much as you should. So free masterclass on July 31st, 10 a.m. Pacific, Unlock Your Soul Power. 3 keys to stop hiding your soul's purpose in a judgmental and competitive world. I'll put the link in the chat. I'd love to see you there. I'm going to give you 3 keys and you're going to practice them and you're going to learn them and you're going to go away feeling confident, feeling connected to your soul, having clarity and connected to your intuition so that you can make conscious decisions and have choice and decide where you want to go next after that. And you'll have those tools. You'll be able to practice them on a regular basis. So thank you so much for coming to Receptive Radio Live or watching the recording. I'm so grateful that I have you all watching, and share this this station with other people. Let's grow this community of conscious entrepreneurs, soulpreneurs, Merlin. And I'll be back next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. See you then.